Our speaker, ladies and gentlemen, is an icon, 35 years and more of success, not only as a musician, but as an activist as well. Some call her the Princess of Africa, even though now she's more like a queen. Some people call her Mama Yvonne, but globally we know her as the one and only Yvonne Chaka Chaka. Shall we all be upstanding on our feet as we give her a standing ovation, the iconic Yvonne Chaka Chaka, to give us her keynote address. Keep it coming, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for the one and only. Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen. Keep the applause coming. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. You're welcome, Mama Yvonne.
I can't hear you. Hello? Can I hear more of that? Hello, Africa, are you here? My name is Yvonne, and I'm happy to be here with all these beautiful, creative young people. Where are the girls? I want that. I want that. Where are the girls? And where are those who came before us? Those who came before us. You are young. I just want to say thank you to the government of Rwanda. This is a beautiful country. If I had my way, I would live in this beautiful country. And I want to thank each and every one of you. I want to thank particularly Eddie and his team. Eddie, where are you? And everyone who's made it possible to come here. I know some of my kids are here. I see Lerato there. I see one of South Africa's famous DJs, Tibo Touch. He's here. My daughter from Zimbabwe, Samantha Mtukudzi, is here. And everyone. I see my friends from Senegal. So this is music in Africa. And what is music, by the way? And I want to say thank you to the Rwanda Arts Initiative as well. And the young girls and boys, where are they? Let's do it for the sake of our children. But I want to say thank you to the government of Rwanda and everyone who's put this function together. Ministers who are here, everyone who is important, each and every one of you is important for taking their time to come here. The Ministry of Arts as well, I want to thank, and all the participants. I'm deeply honored to be here today to ask us to discuss the future of our music industry and share insights drawn from my 4 decades of being in this industry. It has not been easy. At 59, I do look good. I'm proud of being 59 because life is for the living. And you know, life expectancy has changed. Now embrace your life, embrace your age, and love yourself. I never want to be anything else. Music is the heart of Africa. It's embedded in our history, our landscape, our identity, and our economy. Our rich musical legacy, along with the vibrant artistic creations of today, powers a dynamic cultural sector that reaches beyond borders and generations. The economic value of the creative industry, it is there. But those who are creators, do they see it? Do they benefit for it? It is people like you and I who have to make that happen. Our music is more than just art. Just like people who are comedians. Sometimes companies or people who hire us, they just take us as a by the way. And that should stop. And people like who do comedy as well. They are comedians, but they are not comics. And they should be paid. as such. Now, these are the things we, as the creative industry, have to make sure that we change. Our music is more than arts. It's an economic powerhouse. It fuels industries like broadcasting, hospitality, tourism, and increasingly digital platforms. Now, hotels like these, when they play our music, they need to be compliant, and it's us who have to teach them. Gone are the days where artist music is being played and we are told we are promoting you. Whilst music is streaming, I would like to see money stream into artists' pockets as well. And how do we do that? And I'm going to make it my duty that that happens, because I don't want to stand here and waffle and not practice what I preach. I have made sure that I speak to governments, I speak to the powers that be, I speak to those who use our music to use it and not abuse it, and make sure that we do get paid for our creativity. And when I'm dead and gone, you can say she did something. I don't want to be judged by the next generation, and that's why I'm always in these functions like these, to learn from the young people as well, who are innovative and creative. Because when I started singing in 1985, some of you were not even born. But things have changed. But have they changed for the better? I don't know. When an artist asks to be paid $10,000 or $20,000, we bargain with them and we ask for discounts. Do you ask for a discount when you go to the doctor? No. Let's change the narrative. These are the sectors really heavy on our creative outputs to attract audiences, generated revenue, and shape their brand image, and yet the disparity is stark. While these industries flourish, our creators often do not receive their fair share. Our sectors must rest upon the principles that create work has economic value. Artists must be justly compensated, whether for their sales of CDs. Do we still have CDs? Do people still buy CDs? Sometimes. And the stream of their songs or their live performances. Have you been to a live performances and people start taking videos and then they put it on their YouTube channels? That must stop, because you, the person who is performing, you don't get paid. The person who gets paid is the one who uploads the content. So how do we change that? With telephones, with cell phones, we've seen so much, because everything is in somebody's hand and we are not able to say no to that. And we've seen that happening. How do we protect our creators? Have you seen you being in a concert and 1 minute your music is loaded somewhere, or you're a comedian and your wax is loaded somewhere and nobody compensates you for that? How do we make sure that that doesn't happen? We need our governments as well to be part of this, because we are the industry that brings revenue, and we as such, we need to make sure that we pay our taxes. We need to start walking the talk as well. Gone are the days where we will say artists die paupers. We shouldn't allow that. My motto as the president of CSIRC is we want to see fair play. We want fair chance. But above all, what is important for me, it's fair pay. That should happen. That is just not my motto. It is the foundation of the thriving and equitable creative economy. Empowering artists through the knowledge and innovation. We as artists as well, we don't know it all. And it is important that we align ourselves with policy makers and put policies out there and make sure that those who know better than us understand this industry as well. In today's digital age, knowledge is power. The industry has changed rapidly with new technologies, and artists must be informed and engage with businesses such as music, stay aware of copyright laws like the copyright bill discussed in South Africa, or understand the implementation of artificial intelligence on our creative right. It is very, very essential. Our creators must navigate those new landscape effectively, which means we need legislation that protects our rights and a robust network of copyright societies to enforce them. I've seen CMOs here. You should be there for the artist. Can we see heads of CMOs here? Please, can they stand? From across. Let's see them. Okay, Sambro, I can see. And, come again? Capasso there, and? Sambro, of course, and? Malawi, okay. These are the people. Do we know what CMOs are? Collective management organizations. These are the people who collect your money when your music is being played. And so you as an artist, you need to make sure that you register your music. But above all, sometimes we as artists as well, we put our music and expect these CMOs to collect for us. But if your music is not utilized, how are you going to get paid? So I really appreciate these organizations, and it is important that we, as artists, align ourselves and educate ourselves about all of these organizations. Fostering gender equality and opportunities for women in music. I'm actually very happy that 2 women stood up who are heads of CMOs, Malawi and Sambro. Annabelle, please stand. Madame, stand. Sambro, yes, and there. These are the 2 women. Do we have other CMOs which are run by women in the continent? This is an industry that is known to be male-dominated, and we appreciate that. I'm a mother of 4 boys, but I tell my boys that without a woman, you will not be in the world. You will not be on earth. Now, we are all men, but some of us who are endowed with these and those, we are called well-organized men because we are organized as women. And it is important that we know and respect our women as well. And that's why in one of my songs I say every woman needs a man. It is a fact. And every man needs a woman. Now we should not be talking about why should it be women, why should it be men. People must get into those positions out of merit because they are capable. And we should not judge them because they are women. That should not happen. But everybody knows this is the man's world. So women have to knock 10 times to be given positions. Now things must change, particularly in this industry. And I want to ask male counterparts who are in this industry, when young women come and they're looking for managers, they're looking to be in the industry, do not ask for favors from them. Do not ask for favors from these young girls, because sometimes their potential is not given. Their potential is retarded because a male who is there as a manager or a promoter wants favors. This must come to an end right here and right now. Looking around, I see young women here and girls in this audience, which brings me to this very, the course which is very close to my heart, empowering women in the industry. Women face unique challenges, as I said, from limited representation in discussion making, rules to gender-based discrimination as well. Yet I believe that with the right support and equal opportunities, women can thrive in every part of the music ecosystem. This requires more than talent. It calls for access to mentorship, investment in female and all initiatives that are done by females, and inclusion in the fact that this is the industry for everyone. Women should feel encouraged and supported to take on leadership roles and contribute to the creative and the business music side. They shouldn't feel we put them there because they are women. No, some women are capable, some women are educated, and some women have the ability to take this music industry to where it's supposed to be. How do we collaborate as people? The challenges we face as an African in the music industry is so significant, but so is our potential. This event is an important milestone to discuss and implement effective revenue models, strengthen our copyright societies, and ensure compliance from those that profit from our work. We cannot do this on our own. We need governments, we need organizations, and we need even individuals across the continent to join us in this mission. I am proud to be a board member of CAPASO, and a vice president of CSAC, where we are looking to create a strong network of copyright societies to support African creators. It is important that we as Africans start to do things for ourselves. Like this very conference, I'm very happy that it's spearheaded by one of us, and that's why it's important that we support it. Let's change the narrative. African music has expanded worldwide, but are we copyright compliant? I stand here today quite embarrassed as a South African. I don't even know one famous Rwandan artist. That is not right. What are we doing about that? Where are our Rwandan artists? Are they here today? Can they please stand? How do we promote such beauty? There we are. These are our artists. We shouldn't be calling them local artists. Once you become an artist, thank you, my children. Once you become an artist, your voice goes beyond your territory. And we should make sure that these artists perform in Tanzania, they perform in Uganda, they perform in South Africa, they perform everywhere in the world. What are we doing to promote such beautiful artists? Let's make it work for them. They don't have any other work. Art is their work. Art is what makes them survive. But how do we keep them grounded? How do we support them? How do we make sure that they pay their bills? We shouldn't take artists for granted. Let us begin to do correct things. And let us not negotiate prices with artists. If an artist says, I need $10,000 or $20,000, please do pay them, as you always do when you go to the shopping mall and go and buy sugar or milk. You don't say, can I have bread for, I don't know, 50 cents or $1 instead of $2? So we should change our artists as well. Even with a sculpture or a portrait, if somebody says my portrait is worth $5,000, we always want to negotiate. Give it to me for $1,000. Why do we do that? Don't we appreciate their worth? These things must change. As I come to a close, I'd like to thank Access and the Rwanda Artists Initiative for making this function possible and for making it possible for me to speak today. Events like these are essential to unlock the potential of the music industry in this beautiful continent of ours. Let us build an audience which is quite innovative and fair future for all our African artists, especially women. Women are the ones who are always given a raw deal. Let us change that. We need to make sure that this industry is for everybody. This industry is not just for the chosen few. Ladies and gentlemen, we've really come a long way. We've come a long way. We've seen how music has changed people's hearts. When there's war, people sing. When there's funerals, people sing. When there's weddings, people sing. So music is essential in our lives. Not just music, the creative industry as a whole. I stand before you being very, very humbled as a mother, as a grandmother, and as an activist, that this industry must change. Those who came before us, we want to thank. Those who opened the doors for us, we want to thank them. Those who are here today, let's make sure that the playing field is leveled for them and make sure that those who come before us do not say we failed them. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for allowing me to stand before you. This war, we must win. With that said, I want to say, still so many answers I don't know. Realize to question is how we grow. So I step out of the ordinary. I can feel my soul ascending. I'm on my way. Can't stop me now. You can do the same. What have you done today to make you feel proud? It's never too late to try. What have you done today to make you feel proud? What have you done today to make you feel proud? Murakoze? Asante sana. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Incredible. Mama Yvonne, we want to take a picture with the students from the Rwanda School of Music. So can we have the students from the Rwanda Music School on stage for a quick picture? Man, I still have goosebumps from that. And right after the picture, we'll have about 5 minutes for any questions you may have. So we'll try and keep it limited. I know so many people might want to raise their hand, but we'll see. So if we can have the microphones around. All right, so you can go ahead. You have the microphone.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm Saint Trevor. I work as an events host at MC from Uganda. And coming here, my biggest question would be, how can we foster collaboration between musical associations across Africa? Because, for example, like in Uganda, so many artists make collaborations with Nigerians, other people from other countries, but our artists end up pushing those songs themselves without actually getting support from these stars that they have collaborated with. And yet I thought, if we as Africans do collaborations, it's basically to tap into each other's audiences. But that has not been seen. For example, Palazzo from Uganda made a collaboration with Davido, but he ended up pushing the song himself in Kampala, Uganda. All right? And yet we as Ugandans, we are very hospitable. For example, 2 weeks ago, I actually hosted an artist from this side, a rising artist, Kevin Kidd, and he actually had a very big crowd. So my question would be, what's really going on between the music associations across African countries so that we can actually better everything? Thank you.
Okay, music associations. Jotam, Annabelle, Malawi. Music associations must answer that. The guy wants to know about collaborations. Did you want to know about the money that's being collected or the promotion of the music? Well, you know what? Obviously now there's social media, music gets promoted, and I really don't know. Maybe somebody's got this answer. They promoted the music. The artist from Uganda collaborated with Davido. Obviously, Davido says he's a big artist. He doesn't have time to promote the music. That's the biggest problem. But he came from somewhere, and that's why it's important for collaborations, so that we can lift each other. That's my take. So if you guys in Uganda promote the music, and you said you in Uganda, you were hospitable. Me, I got asked to leave because I took a picture with somebody in Uganda. You know, eh? Let's not go there. But maybe somebody can answer this question. How do we make sure that the music gets promoted? There's social media now, there's radio, there's TV, there's everything to promote the music. So I'm really not sure, where do you see something lacking? Anyone can answer that? Anyone who wants to answer? Please, okay, there's a young artist there. Come, and then we'll give you a chance. Come, I'll give you my mic. Oh.
Hello. So the interesting thing, I came up, I was speaking as a lawyer, but I also do a lot of talent management and a lot of international collaboration. One of the biggest problem is also because one of the things I mentioned was as regards ownership. Half the time, the people that you are having conversation with are in contracts that they no longer own who they are, image and conversation. So that also plays into that factor. I'll give you an example. You put out music, and there's a thing Spotify does where it's called the primary tag, which means that you appear on my page on Spotify, which increases your number, and you also appear on that page. We have labels that have come into Africa where we had, our brothers would, I know you, we do a song, we put it on each other's platform, we're big. But immediately these guys came into the game, our guys have signed certain agreements where those people now make the decision to say, you can't put him on your page, even if he's your friend, right? So those elements also play into conversation. But how do you maneuver that? One of the biggest problem also, what I've noticed from our end when we collaborate with other artists from, outside of our region, I'm from Nigeria, right, is that there's also a lack of understanding in terms of how processes are done. And I'll give you an example. We record a song in January, you want to put out the song in May, you're coming to have a conversation with me a week before the release. Most times, my hands are tied because now I've probably scheduled for 3 months with my label that I want to release a song a week after you. So even if I love the song and I love you and I've promised you heaven and earth, because I don't want to go against my contract, I'm not going to do that. So how do you go around it is to start having conversations from the beginning, especially for international artists or big artists that are signed as such. I would usually propose that you also use the same machine to work with that machine. So for example, let's say it's signed to Sony, find a Sony affiliate to say, I'm going to license this song to you. I have David on the song. Go and negotiate a set. This is what I want. This is what I want. Now, their sub-machine is coming to them. They are forced to have a conversation because they are part of the same group. And that gives you a leverage to now milk whatever you have in that circumstance. Other one is also using social media. But ultimately, you need to treat it as David has done his part, which is giving you the verse, which sometimes the label will tell you is what $500,000 you have to pay before you put it out, but he's giving you that. So
okay,
that's the way to go around.
I think he's really understood. I think record labels are a problem sometimes. They become a biggest problem because this is my artist, you can't do this with this artist. I think music is music. They should be able to say, it's okay, and give all artists a chance and good percentages. So they're the ones sometimes who block the promotion of artists because they are protecting their artist. Somebody had something there for just very short, make it very short. Please give him the mic.
Sorry. I think yesterday some few things were mentioned here. My name is DC Nyamike from Ghana. That when the danger of doing without the knowledge. Most of us have taken music not to be so professional, like a hobby, and so we are struggling with some of the professional stuff that we need to go with. And so is to say that as a musician, most of us are doing a lot of things on our own. But thanks be to industry players, there are so many things that we can rely on. So as an artist, you cannot be writing music, recording music, and publishing your songs, and then the same person looking for events. So I would suggest to all of us that when you're doing music, concentrate on writing the music, and then leave the rest, those that have to market, those that have to publish, so that the job will be easier. Other than that, we'll be just doing it all over because you see things and then you do it without even knowing what you're doing. Thank you.
All right, we have that final question.
So they say an artist must remain an artist. That's what he says. And give your manager to do that and all those things. My manager, the one who manages me, he knows that he or she works for me. It's not the other way around. I tell my manager, I want to do the collaboration with an artist. I've just done a collaboration with a Ghanaian artist on my Makoti, highly spiritual. And I asked him, how much percentage do you want? And I decide, not my record company. Well, I own my record company. But I decide. And I tell my manager, I want to work with this artist, and she or he is an artist, she has to get a good percentage as well. So sometimes there's too many things that block and retard progress, particularly younger and new artists. They get taken for a ride, and that should not be allowed.
All right, our final question.
Dumelang, my name is Mpho Sibina. I'm an artist from Botswana, and I have two questions. The first one is, as an artist, especially a woman artist, it takes a toll on you mentally, and I want to know how you have managed or how you manage your mental health being in this space as a woman, as an artist, and standing here today.
Well, let's give her a big round of applause. She just performed on Saturday for the new president, a young man from Botswana, and I play a lot of your music on my radio station in Pop. Well, I think we all have mental health. Not only women, even men. But men suppresses it because they are told you're a man, you can't cry. This is an industry where dog eat another dog. You must know who you are when you are in this industry. And for me, I take this as a job, just like any other job. I wanted to study law, and I failed. And I decided, let me go into the music. And when my first record started selling 25,000 copies in 3 weeks, I thought, oh, there's longevity. but I coupled that by going to school as well. So for me, it's saying to myself, I'm no better than any other person who buys my music. I'm just doing my job. So just like a lawyer, they wake up and they think, oh, this is a tough case. And they also get mental block. And a doctor will go and say, I have to operate. This operation is going to take a toll of me. So sometimes we as artists, we unfortunately, we are in that public eye. The public scrutinizes you. The public, can tell you today you are good, tomorrow you're not good. And, you can go to a show and you expect 5,000 people and 1,000 come. And all those things, they work on you. But for me, I'm taking myself, it's a job. I prepare myself before I go on stage. I prepare my speech when I have to do anything. And unfortunately now people don't even want to dress up when they go to a show. And those people who've come to sit there and listen to you, they've paid. They could have gone somewhere else. So try and give them some respect as well. When you are new in the field, people, they go to anybody, please play my music. And once you become big, you put these sunglasses. You don't want people to touch you. You've got bodyguards around you. I don't have a bodyguard. God guards me. I don't have a bodyguard. Because the people who love you, they will not hurt you. But sometimes we as artists, we inflict all these things on us because you start thinking I'm better than them. I'm a superstar. And you are made by these people. And this is what we don't understand sometimes. We take things for granted. So for me, I wake up in the morning, I'm a very selfish prayer. I pray for myself. I pray for my husband. I pray for my kids. I pray for those that I work with. I pray for the president. I pray for my country. And I pray for my industry because it's a terrible industry. So for me, it's just saying to yourself, I'm not going to take more than what I can chew. I will do what I'm capable to do and just take this like a job, any other job. It's just a job. And by the way, you are a great musician.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Yvonne.
I'm done. Hey.
Yes, you are. A round of applause for
Thank
Mama
you.
Yvonne Chaka Chaka. Thank you so much. Such an honor.
Thanks, my son.